So La Plata was a bigger city, and we actually served in a ward, so that was really cool. They had a big stake there as well. It's a little bit more organized. As we would knock on doors, well, in Argentina, you can't, sometimes they'll have a doorbell that you can knock on, but when you get into different areas, maybe more country, you clap in front of their houses. And that's how you kind of get them to come out. But in La Plata, they'd have a little doorbell, and then they'd come on through an intercom, little speaker. We're like, who is it? And then as soon as you started saying who you were, you didn't hear anything back. So that was a little bit harder. No, people didn't really give us a chance to interact with them face to face. It was just always at their door, waiting, hoping that they would just open the door. But I really liked La Plata because the members were incredible. I remember I'm still really good friends with one of the stake presidents there, and he's amazing. If you get a chance to know him, he's President Moras in La Plata Este. I just remember one distinct time when we had a zone conference, and he came and he was invited, and we had a list of everyone in the stake in that area. And we were going through it. We had the meeting because we wanted to just go through everyone in the stake, see where they're at, see what they're doing. And I remember the stake president took the list, and he knew every single person on that list, and it was incredible. There's so many people, and he's like, yeah, that person lives here, they're doing this. And I thought that was so neat how he knew just every little detail about so many people's lives, and he was able to help on such a different level with us as missionaries, and he was able to really direct the work. And I felt like in La Plata there was so much to do. Our focus was really to help the less actives. About halfway through my mission, the church had told that our mission was to really focus on less actives and people that had fallen away. And so that was our focus. And it was really nice to have members that knew and cared about these people, even though they weren't coming to church. And it was always just an in, kind of to have those members with us and to see them figure out what the problem was and to really be able to help those members. A family that was struggling they had a Down syndromed little boy, and they didn't want to go to church because they felt like he would just be hard to keep quiet, he would not be easy to teach, and just, it was hard for them. They had other struggles as well, why they had fallen away, and they just were in that mindset of, why me? Why would the Lord do this to me? They had both served missions, and they just did not understand why they would have a child with this disability. And it caused them really to fall away. And I remember we went there, and not really knowing the background, we felt like we should share a message just on how the Lord can heal us, and how we should always turn to Him. And we actually had a member with us as well who was there, and she just could connect perfectly. It was just so cool. And after we had taught that lesson, we had gotten on our knees to say a prayer, and both the parents had been crying. Like, did you feel the Spirit? Or you guys okay? And the father was just like, I've missed this blessing in my life. I've treated this like it's been such a trial in my life, but really it's been something that I've learned so much from and that I will benefit from. And he just at that point realized how special his son was to him. And at that point, it was so much easier to get them to come to activities and to do those things. And they are now active. And so just little situations, how members can help. And as you pray earnestly, just to know little things to share, it'll help them. in the way that it should. Maybe it's not the perfect lesson or exactly what they needed to hear, but the Lord knows their hearts and knows how to get to their hearts, and He will help us for sure. My next area was, I went back to the Plata, so El Bosque, and we were given a really small area, just like 10 streets by 7 streets, so it really was pretty small. And some days I felt like we had knocked on every single door, talked to every single person in that area. But as we learned to be diligent with a smile, there was always someone else that we met every day. I remember one day we had knocked on this guy's door, and we had knocked on it before, and he said he didn't want to hear anything about it. And the second time we had knocked on his door, we didn't know it was his door again. But his heart was so changed, and we actually got a chance to teach him. We taught him how to pray, and he had the sweetest question. It was just, am I not a child of God unless I'm a member of your church? It was kind of interesting to be able to explain to him the love God has for all of his children, even if they're not a part of his church quite yet. But yeah, the strength of that ward was incredible. The members are what really made the work progress. And that is something awesome that you'll get as you go to this mission, is working with those members. Take advantage of them. With El Bosque, I just remember the Relief Society president being so on top of the game. She had so many things going, but yet she made a priority to go out with us at least once a day. And so that was really cool to be able to talk with her about the needs of the Relief Society sisters during that hour of the day, and then have her in a lesson with us. And we were able to really connect with that ward as well, just really small. And yeah, we were able to help a lot of people realize the importance of going to church, the importance of sacraments, because that was our main focus in that area as well, was just to reactivate. And that's how we found most of our investigators, were through the friends of those people that had been less active. And I'm not sure if that's still the emphasis they have in that mission right now, but it is really neat to be able to learn about people's experiences, how they gain their testimonies, and then just remind them of the things that are important to them.